Hi, my name is ZaKaiRan, and welcome to my vodcast, True Power. The unlimited power of your thoughts, vibration, and emotions. Now, the only power you have is the power of your mind. Most people believe that if they have money or wealth or status or fame or credibility or lots of toys and houses and cars and boats and relationships and success or physical fitness or strength or talent, etc., that they have or could have or should have power. But none of those things really represent any real degree of true power, because to get those things you must use something that is true power and true mastery to get them, and that is the power of your mind. The power of thought is the greatest power you have, because with thought you can literally create anything you want, and it is not dependent upon other people, which you have no control over whatsoever. You have zero control over the world in the way that most people believe or think that they do. They believe they have control over the world by making deals and vows and agreements with other people and believing the same way that the other do, and believe they have control by how they join together with other people in groups with similar beliefs, such as politics and religion and nationality or race or gender or ethical or sexual biases, etc., etc. And they believe they have control over their lives by how they judge and condemn other people or vote or legislate against the behavior of other people, with the false belief that if I or we can just get rid of what we dislike and don't want, then we will finally be happy. People try to control reality and feel powerful by judging others and emphatically expressing their opinions to somehow manipulate and control reality. But the only reason people do that is because they feel powerless to control their own lives. So they try to control everyone else's life with their opinions and judgments and condemnations. Quote, if you would just act differently, then I could finally be happy, unquote, is the false control premise that most people live their lives based upon. If I can get rid of where I don't like and don't want, what I don't like and don't want, then what will be left are only people, things, and situations that I do like and do want. But that is a completely faulty belief and premise. But that it's a completely powerless position, because no one has any control over anyone else at all. The only control anyone has is over their own thoughts, and therefore their own vibration, and therefore their own emotions. That is the only true power that anyone has. Power over anything or anyone in the world of form is not power at all. That is false power. That is powerlessness, not powerfulness. So people try to give themselves importance and status and fame and position and wealth and quote unquote power to have the appearance of power, or to have an inner belief in their supposed power. But none of those external ways of appearing powerful or feeling powerful really work, because you can't fool the universe. If you feel powerless and so you try to control physical things and people in order to feel powerful, well, the universe is not fooled by your false bravado. All the universe sees and hears and feels is how powerless you feel. And it doesn't work, because all of these physical appearances and physical things and other people's beliefs and perceptions and admiration of you are all temporary. And people are fickle, So their attention upon you will always waver, and they will always be distracted by the next shiny thing or the next shiny person that will make them happy like a new drug. And agreed upon beliefs and group alignment based upon similar beliefs and desires to get what you want never really works, because you must adhere to the belief system of the group and never ever think for yourself or have any beliefs that are contrary to the group belief system. And the basic premise of group belief is to try to provide some sort of false degree of certainty and security, to create a false degree of happiness, and which works temporarily as long as you keep acting in ways that please the group and adhere to the agreed upon standard belief system of the group, which of course destroys all individuality, because you are not allowed to have your own unique perspective, and certainly not allowed to have your own belief system. And if you do, you are shunned from the group, from the tribe, or imprisoned or killed, or for having your own unique and contrary perspective. So the only real and true power that you or anyone has is the power within, and the power of focus, and the power of clarity, and the power to create whatever you desire to create in your life with that focus, clarity, and source vibration. Your only true power and your only true satisfaction and fulfillment comes from following your own clarity, not the clarity of others. No one is ever truly happy, satisfied, or empowered following the rules, regulations, and commandments of anyone else, even if those mandates allegedly come from God. And I can assure you that they do not, because God does not dictate commandments and mandates to control your behavior. God does not need you to act in certain ways so that God can be happy. Source God is not that insecure. Source God is happy regardless of what you do, say, think, or believe. Most people value action more than emotion, or less physical things that we could call spiritual, or vibration, or anything else that is non-physical. They've been taught that life is a struggle and hardship, and we must prove our worth to God and other people, and we must overcome difficult obstacles in life to deserve success and prove how worthy we are. But we don't have to prove anything to anyone, and we certainly don't have to prove our worth by how much we have struggled. You don't get what you want by proving that you deserve it. Struggle is optional, not mandatory. You get what you want with ease and allowance, where you allow the blessings that you have asked for to just come to you unconditionally from Source, from the universe. But the power of action is impotent, not important, impotent in comparison to thought and vibration and focus and clarity, which gives you access to the unlimited power of the universe, not just the minuscule, paltry illusion of power that people believe they have because they can manipulate and control other people, resources, and wealth. Control over physical reality, over people, resources, money, etc., is desperate, futile, impotent, powerless action that is just really hard work and energetically draining and ultimately soul destroying. That's why people band together in groups and parties and gangs and religions, etc., to capitalize on the group energy. But one person who is in alignment with their own source, with goodness, and with the universe of creation, and the essence of the universe of well-being and abundance, who is in alignment with their own desires, and who is focused on what they want, not upon what they don't want, is 1,000,000 times more powerful than 1,000,000 people banded together fighting against what they don't want. Desire alone is what creates, not action. You can't create anything with action alone. You get what you want with vibration, not action. But when you add inspired action with your vibrational alignment, now you have created some serious quantum empowerment and creative power. And add belief and allowance and expectation to that creation soup. Well, now you can literally create anything with ease, effortlessly, magically, miraculously. Action from a position of lack where you try to overcompensate for the lack of what you want with lots of action. Well, that action is impotent in nature, but action from a position of abundance is unlimited in its power because it has the unlimited power of the universe behind it. Most of humanity also values things in the world of form over most other non-tangible things like emotion, feeling, and spiritual vibration. But the ironic thing about that is the only reason anyone wants anything in the world of form is to experience emotions and feelings and vibrations, and ultimately to feel good and to be happy. And nothing in the world of form will ever truly satisfy anyone, because we're not here for the creations, we're here for the creating. No result or toy or thing or relationship or destination or wealth or success, etc. will truly satisfy anyone, because the only reason people want those things is for the feeling of it, to feel good, to be happy. Creations do not satisfy us because we are creators, not banks. What satisfies creators is creating desires into manifestations, not having the manifestations. Only our power of creation in action truly satisfies. It is the journey of creating that is exciting and fulfilling, not stockpiling creations, not stockpiling money or goodies or people or power. It's not who has the most toys wins, it's who has the most fun creating the most fun things and fun experiences wins. Because they had the most fun creating what they wanted into physical reality. So if you make the journey your goal and having as much fun as you possibly can on the journey your goal, well, then you are already a success, regardless of how much money you have or how much fame you have or how much success you have or how many toys you have. And when you make the journey your goal and your main motivation and your main inspiration in life, then the manifestation of your desires is certain. But doesn't matter if they manifest or not, because you're having fun on the journey. But if you make manifestations your goal so that you can feel better, will you block the manifestation of your desires from coming to you? If manifestations are a condition of your happiness is at the mercy of the world and out of your control. And what do you want? You want control of your own manifestations. The most powerful person in the universe is the person who can allow the most, not control the most. The person who can allow the most goodies and wonderful magic things to come to them. The most powerful person in the universe is the one who can surrender and be easy and just allow the infinite blessings of the universe to just come to them easily, effortlessly, magically. It is not the person that fights the most or who overcomes the greatest odds that wins. And it's not the person that amasses the most money or wealth or power or toys that wins. It's the person who has the most fun amassing fun and fun toys and fun people and having fun experiences that wins. The most powerful people are the ones that have the most fun regardless of how many toys they have. The most powerful people are the ones who have control over their own thoughts and therefore their own vibration and therefore their own emotions and therefore have the most control over what they consciously manifest in their lives. And I overemphasize consciously. The most powerful, conscious, deliberate creators of reality are the ones who proactively respond emotionally to what they want to create what they want, rather than just reacting to what already exists, and therefore just creating more of what already exists, which typically is creating more of what they don't want. Just reacting to what you don't want just creates more of what you don't want. And masters of creation live completely illogical, mystical lives in fairyland because their primary focus is not upon current reality and trying to change current external reality so that they will experience a more improved response and feel better and feel happy. Instead, they choose to be happy regardless of external conditions, and they choose to focus their attention primarily upon a reality that does not even exist yet to give them an emotional response. And they pay little attention to what exists, and especially upon existing reality that is not easy to like or love and appreciate. Whereas most people who value action and control and physical things and results as a strategy to create a more preferred emotional response and feel better and be happy, well, they've got it all backwards. And so what they desire typically eludes them. With this strategy of, when I get this or have that, then I'll finally be happy. Well, then life is a struggle and a fight and a game of manipulation and control and deals and agreements and vows, and the classic scenario of selling your soul to the devil. People sell their proverbial soul, so to speak, to get things and money and fame and success and toys and love and admiration to make them happy, not realizing that they have the complete power and control over their own thoughts, vibration, and emotions to feel good now and be happy now regardless of external conditions. And by reconnecting to their own soul, to their spirit, to their source self, they would realize and feel that and understand that this source self is already happy and is always happy. Who you truly are as source is always happy with everything you think, say, and do. Who you truly are as source loves you and everyone else completely unconditionally and is always happy because there's nothing to be unhappy about. There are no limitations, no lack, no enemies, no obstacles to overcome. There's no such thing as powerlessness or victimhood, etc., etc. And everything that you desire is instantly manifested vibrationally in the realm of spirit. So in spirit land, no one is sad because they don't have what they want yet. In source reality, everything is instant. And even if it wasn't, it doesn't matter, because you as source loves and honors every single baby step of the adventure of creation. And that includes all of the crappy stuff as well, because all of the unwanted stuff is the fuel and motivation and inspiration to first desire improvement and then create that improvement into physical reality. First vibrationally, that's source's job, and then create those desires for improvement physically. Well, that's your job. You don't have to make a deal with anyone to give you what you want, because no one outside of you can really give you anything, positive or negative. It may appear that deals and vows and agreements between people can get you what you want if your entire reality is about physical control. And if you play your cards right and please enough people, well, they'll help you get some of what you want, but only if getting you what you want helps them get what they want. And that is a tangled web of deceit that is hard to get out of, and so hard, in fact, impossible to find your own way, because deals and agreements and vows are not your natural way of creating it all. Your natural way of creating is to follow the guidance of your own source, not to follow the mandates and dictates and rules of others to even follow the agreements you have made with others either. That is why people cheat on their partners and break business deals and leave one lover for another, and why marriage is so fraught with certain disaster. It's because it is no one's natural way of being to make vows and agreements to always act in certain ways to make someone else happy. Because it's not your job to make anyone else happy. That's their job. And it's no one else's job to make you happy. So any agreements and vows you have made with other humans, or even vows you have made with God, so to speak, will inevitably fail because they are like prisons, and no one likes being a prisoner. The meaning of life is joy, and the basis of life is freedom. And vows and agreements and commandments and rules and regulations and limited beliefs are contrary to our nature as unlimited, all-powerful, free spirits who all have our own unique perceptions, and it is contrary to our own self-guidance systems. You don't need laws and commandments to show us the proper way to act. That is ludicrous. Everyone knows that it feels bad when you do bad things. That's your inner guidance system guiding you to goodness. And it feels good to do good things. And when you're doing good things, it feels good. So that means you are on track. And you are in alignment with your own source, or with God, if you will. And where people go terribly wrong is listening to idiots who claim to have authority over you, who tell you lies such as feeling good is not necessarily a good thing. And if you do some good feeling things, even though it is obvious that they feel good, like sex, if you do it in certain circumstances, even though it feels great, it's somehow bad. And you are bad, and you will be judged by the sex police or the fun police or the vengeful, judgmental, condemning, insecure overlord, a.k.a. God. But that is the lie that beats all lies. That is the biggest, stinkiest pile of bullshit ever told. There is only one law in the universe, and that is the law of attraction, which means if something feels good, keep doing it, and you'll attract more good-feeling things, people, and situations. So the only law or commandment or recommendation written in the stars is, if it feels good, do it. If it feels good to think that way, then keep thinking that way. And you will attract more things to think about and do that feel good. And the only contrary rule or law of the universe is, if it feels bad to think that way or to talk that way or act that way, then just do the opposite and you'll feel better and you'll create good stuff. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The only rule of the universe is you are God and you are completely empowered to create whatever you want, and there is no one judging your behavior. In fact, the entire universe is supporting you to be, do, and have whatever you want, positively or negatively. It's your choice. Because positive or negative doesn't matter. It's your life and your experience, and the contrast of bad things and unwanted things provides great growth and great inspiration and great guidance. That is guiding us away from what we don't want and guiding us towards what we do want, with the very simple and easy to follow guidance of, if it feels good, go that way. If it feels bad, don't head down that dark alley. The contrast of life, of unwanted things that we spend so much time and energy and focus fighting against, are simply road signs telling us where to go and where not to go. If your destination is abundance, but the current road sign looks bad and feels bad, well, then you're simply headed in the wrong direction. You need to refocus your thoughts and attention upon true desire and upon true power, and focus on the joy of being, doing, and having what you want, rather than being distracted by the contrast of what you don't want, by being distracted by your apparent reality. And focus your attention upon vibrational reality, on feeling reality. In other words, focus on the feeling reality rather than the physical reality. You don't have any control over what already exists in physical reality, because it already exists, so you can't change it. So don't give it any of your attention. Instead, focus on the only reality that you have any creative control over, which is your mental, vibrational, and emotional reality. And by doing that, then your physical reality can and will change to match your positively oriented vibration. So, where does your true power lie? Does it lie in anything in the world of form? No. Does it lie in action and success or overcoming insurmountable odds and proving your worth? No. There's no fairy godmother granting wishes to downtrodden maidens who deserve better. So, no. Life and reality creation doesn't work that way. This is a universe of attraction, not a universe of prove your worth to be granted wishes, favor, and eternal life. That's all childish, uneducated bullshit. Does power lie in proving your virtuousness, or your spiritual loyalty, or your beliefs? No. More male bovine excrement. Does power lie in amassing money, wealth, and toys? No. The power is in the adventure of creating what you want. The power is in the adventure of creating those toys and money and wealth, etc. Not having what you want. Because once you have manifested something, then there are a million more things to desire and manifest and have fun creating into physical reality. The fun stuff is not to have fun stuff like a stockpile of drugs that keep you happy as long as you have a never-ending supply of new stuff and more stuff. The fun stuff is the reason for the adventure of creating them. Manifesting stuff is not to show the world how talented or powerful or how masterful you are. It's to remind yourself how powerful and masterful you are. But mostly it's just for the fun of it, because you can. You're here for the adventure of creating, not for the adventure of creations and having stuff. The stuff is certainly fun. We're all just cosmic children who love having lots of new fun toys, but the toys are just to have fun, not to prove anything, not to prove your worth, and not to prove that anything to the other kids or to get the other kids to like us better. The toys are just for your own joy, and the adventure of creating those toys is just fun because boys and girls just want to have fun. That's all they really want, huh? That's all they really want. So that's all we really want, is to have fun. Boys and girls just want to have fun and be happy and love and be generous, because it's fun to love and it's fun to be generous. And we want friends and lovers because it's fun to have friends and lovers. And we want toys and to do fun stuff with fun people and go to fun places because it's fun to have fun toys and play with fun people in fun places. There is absolutely nothing life and death or tragic or imperative or desperately important going on down here on planet Earth. We're all just fun seeking kids gallivanting around the universes, jumping into different physical bodies on different planets in different countries, in different cultures with different beliefs and religions, etc., just for the diversity of it and the absolute joyful adventure of it. So get out there and start having some fun. Stop taking life so freaking seriously, because there's nothing serious going on down here. You are meant to be free, and you're meant to have fun. And your life can become one non-stop exciting adventure after another if you choose to live that way and put your attention upon your desires and pay little attention to current physical reality. And you stop trying to control physical reality so that you can have a different emotional response to physical reality. And instead, you just focus on the only power and control you have, which is your own thoughts, vibrations, and emotions. That is where your true power lies, and everything else is pale in comparison. And then you have the unlimited power of the entire universe backing you up and helping you literally create anything you desire. So I hope you enjoyed this vodcast. If you did get something from it, share it with your friends. Bless them with these amazing teachings. Come visit me at ZaKaiRan.com for more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious, deliberate, creative reality. My name is ZaKaiRan, and I help success-minded people create the happy, abundant lifestyle you love. Thanks again for watching this video or listening to this podcast, and I wish you immense power on your amazing journey and fun and adventure. And remember to make life a holiday. Woohoo!